Okay, Gary Bauer, who, as I said, has absolutely no name recognition, but used to be and still is apparently some type of Christian-y activist, was speaking at the 2000 Value Voters Summit as well. It's probably one of the only places that he could still get gigs at. And he compared the upcoming presidential election to Flight 93, another incredibly tasteful use of September 11th to now advance Donald Trump, who, of course, also was affected by September 11th. He had the tallest building in Lower Manhattan after it. Let's listen to Gary Bauer.
And you remember Flight 93, the hijacked plane that came down in Pennsylvania. The point of this author was that this country is the equivalent of that hijacked plane right now. We're heading to a disaster unless we can get control of the cockpit again. And then maybe, just maybe, we'll have a chance. These passengers took whatever they could as weapons. There was one flight attendant still alive. She had a pot of boiling water as her weapon. People had utensils left over from breakfast. There was a guy on the plane named Todd Beamer, a Christian guy, a graduate of Wheaton University. He supposedly yelled, "Let's roll." And they ran down the aisle into the teeth of men armed with box cutters. I can't imagine. They overwhelmed those men, but they still weren't able to land the plane. But they took the only shot they had. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Flight 93 election. This may be our last shot. It's time to roll. It's time to run down the aisle and save Western civilization.
You know what's fascinating about this clip is that Gary Bauer is subconsciously saying that Donald Trump is going to crash and burn the country. Because what he's basically saying is that the country, apparently, so Obama and Hillary are in the cockpit, and they're terrorists because, obviously. Donald Trump, who I got to say, if Donald Trump was ever in a hijacking situation, not only would he not charge the cockpit, the only thing he would do would be trying to promise the terrorists wire transfers if they would drop him at a landing strip somewhere and then get on with their business. He wouldn't even negotiate for the rest of the passengers. I understand you guys got to take out the Pentagon, but if you could just let me off here, I'll put $100 million into Al-Qaeda's bank account. But that's Gary Bauer saying that, yes, this is a Flight 93 moment. And what we're going to do is we're going to get Trump in the cockpit, and then we're going to crash and burn in Pennsylvania as a country.
If Trump did that, they'd get back to the the hijacker layer, assuming that wasn't a terror attack. But anyway,
Yes.
to just extend this metaphor a little bit, and then they'd find out that Trump actually stiffed him on the hostage.
That would be the one way in which Trump would be good at dealing with these people. Say, "Yep, sorry. Looks like you got suckered." Okay, let me go through a couple of actual stories that don't involve all of this. Do you want these people to win the election?
Hey folks, Sam Seder here. I just got back from a company-wide meeting. Accounting is really coming down on me hard. We need to get to 100,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So please enjoy this channel. Subscribe right down there.